How much credibility does John Bolton have today? Aside from the fact that, anytime he's willing to trash Trump, the media wants to bring him on. But when you make a comment like this, what does the average person think when they read this? How much credibility do you give this guy when somebody like him writes that? Putin's 30 or 100-year war for Ukraine. Like, that's what we got to do. Who's going to buy into that? By the way, can you pull up the New York Times article? When he says, Putin's popularity is increasing, you're thinking, well, how do we know that? Go to the one I just texted you. I sent. Is this the one faced with? Is this the one or no? Faced with pressure. Is this the one? Yeah. Look at that one. Go a little lower. Look what his popularity is. If you go a little lower. Okay. Second paragraph. 83% of Russians said they approve of Mr. Putin's actions, up from 69% in January, according to a poll by Levada Center, an independent pollster in Moscow. Ratings of many other government institutions as well as governing party have also gone up. This is being written by the most liberal paper in America to say 83%. Like, if there's anything that would need to write a propaganda, would be the fact that even the Russian people don't agree with their leader, which is Putin. So,
it is one of the most pro-Biden papers in America as well.
Yeah, far left. I mean, supporting anything that's, Wall Street Journal would be in the middle. These maybe center right. These guys are far left. Why are the Russian people so supportive of him? Why are the Russian people so supportive of him? And at the same time, if this guy's at 83%, Biden's right now at 39%. Why are the Russian people so supportive of him? Why are so many American people not supportive of Biden?
Well, let me go to answer your John Bolton question first. Yeah. I didn't want to just pass by that. Well, who would take John Bolton seriously? Most people in Washington would. The establishment Republicans would. The people who didn't like, a lot of them who didn't like Trump, even those who did support Trump. I have long been an admirer of John Bolton, although I disagree with him on a lot of things. Yeah. He does have a keen analytical mind. He has deep geostrategic insights into matters, which is why, despite his combative personality, that often gets him in trouble in positions that he's held in government, that he has been respected with held high posts like that. So there are a lot of people that would take and should take John Bolton seriously. Now I am more of a Trump fan than I am of a Bolton supporter, and I fundamentally disagree with Bolton on a lot of things. I think his analysis, for example, his recommendations, his prescription for Ukraine doesn't flow logically from his own analysis. I mean, I find it impossible to imagine. I mean, I think it's a certainty that if we tried to engage in a war for Ukraine for 30 to 100 years, that we would lose. NATO and the United States don't have the political will, or we don't have national interests invested in Ukraine that are so serious that we would be willing to fight with Russia for 30 to 100 years to prevail. So, but nonetheless, that's what he wants us to do. We didn't have the political will to impose the outcome on Afghanistan that we wanted against the Taliban, who are not nearly as formidable an adversary as the Russians are. So, there's a disconnect here I often see between a lot of what Bolton argues. He would answer me back by saying, in this article, he says we have to prevail in Ukraine because Ukraine is Poland in 1939. And if we don't prevail, there's going to be a World War III, that this is going to have in fact, he does say this in the article, that the reverberations of any kind of a Russian victory in Ukraine are going to be so profound that China and North Korea and Iran and Russia itself will be encouraged to continue aggression, and we're going to find ourselves in World War III. So this is our Polish 1939 moment. We got to step up. We got to stop him from achieving victory. And I say to that, this is not the time and place we can win. If you don't want a World War III, don't go into some situation where you're almost guaranteed to lose. We're guaranteed to lose at a conventional level because we can't fight a 30 to 100 years war, and Russia's not going to fight for 30 to 100 years. They're going to use EMP, cyber, nuclear, to quickly win the war. And we're not prepared for any of that. We need time to rebuild, to really build and modernize our nuclear deterrent. We need time to build our general purpose forces so that we can prevail in a World War III if that becomes necessary. And we most especially need time to find competent political and military leadership. Can you imagine Joe Biden and General Milley leading us into a World War III? We're going to lose just based on the leadership, the terrible leadership we have now. We need competent political and military leadership so that we can prevail.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.